Brought to you by Penguin.
The Maid's Disgrace by Emma Hornby, read by Penelope Freeman. Slowly comes a hungry people, as a lion creeping nigher. Alfred Lord Tennyson. Chapter 1. 1842. "You must promise me, Phoebe." The woman's grainy voice scraped the stuffy air between them. "Please, let me go to my Maker with peace in my heart. Promise me." Phoebe Parsons gulped back a pain-filled sob. "I do, Lillian. I promise." The small white face relaxed a fraction, the paper-thin skin lifting at the corners of her mouth in the shadow of a smile. Moments later, Lillian Udale took her final earthly breath and was gone. "I promise." Dipping her head, Phoebe too closed her eyes and wept silently. This was it. What she'd feared for years had today become reality. She was on her own, completely, terrifyingly alone. When she'd awoken this teeth-chatteringly cold mid-autumn morning, she had no idea that her life was set to change forever. Of course, she'd known her mistress was ill, but she'd never imagined, never dreamed. Even the doctors had assured her that Lillian would rally, but they'd been wrong, for she was dead, gone in her 35th year, leaving Phoebe with no one. And if she knew Warwick Udale, she was set to lose a whole lot more before this day was through. Phoebe stood and crossed to the rosewood washstand to swill the grief from her face. After smoothing the creases from her dark, grey, bell-shaped skirt and tidying her thick brown hair in the mirror, she took several long breaths. Then she headed to the door, and for the first time in days, left the sick room. Her boots sounded unnaturally loud on the polished wood floor as she made her slow way to the new master's study. The new master. Phoebe shuddered at the thought. God help the domestic staff beneath this roof from here on in, with Warwick at the helm. "Enter," came the booming demand to her knock. "Sir," Phoebe addressed his stiff back. "Sir? Your stepmother has gone." He lifted his head from the papers he'd been looking at, but didn't turn. "Gone?" "Dead, sir." Silence descended. Phoebe shuffled on the spot. "Is there anything I can do, sir? Anyone you'd like me to inform?" "That shan't be necessary." He rose and finally swiveled his head around to look at her. His stance was emotionless, collected. "You may leave, Miss Parsons." She felt her face grow hot, then the blood drain away again with horrifying clarity. She swallowed hard. "Leave for good?" she murmured. "Naturally," he threw back. "Your services at this house are no longer required." "Now, sir?" "This instant." "But Lillian, Mrs. Udale," she corrected at the audible grind of Warwick's teeth. "She gave me a solemn vow that I could remain here until I'd secured alternative employment." "And that vow died with her." Phoebe licked her lips. Tears threatened and she'd begun to shake. "Please, sir, it's late and I've nowhere else to go." "That is no concern of mine. Now," he returned to his desk, "you've wasted enough of my time. Gather your belongings and leave." "But, sir—" "At once, Miss Parsons, or I shall be forced to deal with you as I would any common trespasser, which, of course, is exactly what you now are."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?